Everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to the Maryland Cookies Chunkies special live review. Yes, bit of a mouthful, but there we go. Yes, basically I've had some Maryland cookies in the backlog for some time really, and I just thought, I've got so many of them, let's just make a live review of them basically, and that's where we are. I think one of them has been in the stash for perhaps too long, so but that's only just the one of them. But I thought I had to, it looked so nice, I had to review it anyway. So hopefully it'll still be alright, but there we go. It's just the way it goes. So hopefully you're all doing okay today. Yes, I think this is the first live review of the year. So yeah, first of, well, potentially, I don't know, 52 potentially, I guess, see how it goes. But yeah, so Maryland Cookies. So those who don't know, Maryland Cookies sort of like I think they're a UK brand really. I think they're Burton's biscuits or something like that. I think so. Possibly anyway, one of those sort of. We'll come to that in a bit, I guess. And basically, they usually do like mini cookies about so big. By which I mean sort of a British term really for cookies, and it's a type of biscuit. So typically sort of chocolate chip is the gist of it. So, but these ones have got many other flavours in them and things like that. And these are the bigger ones I'm doing, the chunky ones. So these are the sort of chunky ones. They do come in sort of packs. Here's one for instance. So you got this lemon drizzle one, which I'll come to in a bit. But there we go. So it's this kind of affair basically. We've got 6 of these to go through today. So we're going to be So we're going to. Well, I was going to say we're not going to beat about the bush. We probably will. You know what I'm like, but. But we'll see how it goes. But yes, we'll start with the one basically that has been in the stash for a long time. It's this peanut butter and jelly one. See, it looks very nice. I've been meaning to move it for a long time, but look at that. You can see there, June 2022. But you know what? I reckon it'll be perfectly fine. But we'll get it done and out of the way first. Who knows? Yeah. I mean, usually I get through things in the stash, but unfortunately this one I just didn't get around to. So we'll get it out of the way, see what happens. So there we go. But yes, we'll see. Need to put the chat a bit more in a better place actually. I'll just manoeuvre things slightly. Yes, hi there Joe, how are you doing today? Yes, Happy New Year to you. Yes, hope you're doing alright. Great to see you Joe, happy 2023. Yes, hope you're doing okay. How's things going for you today? And we'll go on for you, peanut butter and jelly or jam. It's basically jam in the UK, but obviously it is a US thing, so it's recognised. And there we go. This is a bit of an out of date one, this one, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. 400 grams, 502 calories, 25 grams of fat, 12 which are saturates per cookie. 115 calories, 5.8 grams of fat, 2.9 of which are saturates, and approximately 7 per pack. So 7 is unusual, isn't it? 23 grams is one cookie, 180. Super vegetarians. You'd think there'd be an even number. Then you can see the ingredients there as well. Let's make them out so I can't get them straight. It's got palm oil in there basically, I think is the gist of it. Chocolate chips 11%. Sustainable palm oil, it says, but I always look into that. Just what sustainable means, yes. I hope you're having an amazing Saturday. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thanks so much. Yes, hope you are too. Did you say peanut butter? You certainly did. Yes, you certainly did. So this one's probably well up your street. Hopefully, it's been in the backlog for quite some time. I'm glad you're doing okay as well, Joe. Good to see you. Yes, it's been in the backlog quite some time, this one, but we'll see. We'll give it a bit of we'll see what happens basically. We'll give it a bit of an open. So we've got the old peanut butter and jelly, there you go, yeah. So basically a cookie, UK cookie, so I think biscuits in the US are generally called cookies. Let's have a see, so will they be edible? Hopefully they will be. I think they will be, to be honest with you. We'll find out. They look perfectly fine, as I thought they would do. There you can see here, you can see there. Quite a nice chunky cookie actually, look pretty good, lots of chocolate chips in these. I think these look very nice. Yeah. So I guess they must have raspberry pieces in as well, but did it say on the description? Just have a look. What did it say? Peanuts and raspberry flavour cookies with chocolate chips and raspberry pieces. Well, obviously I can't see any raspberry pieces, to be honest with you. Let's give it a bit of the old measure. That was the case with some of the other ones they did as well. I don't think they're quite as standouty as they could be. There you go. Ooh, there we are. Oh my god. Just move this out of the way and give it a measure so you can see. 6.7 centimetres there, basically. It's not a perfect circle or whatever. About 1.2 centimetres. Right. Alright. But yeah, as I say, I can't see any actual raspberries. Now, I apologise if I feel like I need to sneeze at some point. I feel like I do actually. Just started to. That's me. That's me. There we go. Yeah, just I don't know. Just before the live, my nose started to get that sort of sneezy feeling, and yeah, so it's just been like that all. I don't know. I've not been able to. It's just been like that all the time. So there you go. You can't see any raspberry pieces there, can you? Really? Lots of chocolate chips though. Looks very full. Yeah. All right, let's give this one a bit of a taste. A bit messy. Lots of debris everywhere. And how many did we get in here as well? We did get 8 in. It says approximately 7 servings, but there is 8 there, so we did get 8. Also, there's one down here as well. So, unusual. I say, I might have to go, just blow my nose in. But I don't know, just suddenly I got started. I'm not getting a cold or something. Fingers crossed I'm not. There we go. All right, let's give this a bit of a taste and see what it's like. Let's move the other one away. So, going to, let's say, nothing really. No, it says peanut butter and jelly, so I'm not really getting to it. Where was the peanut butter in it? What did it say? Peanut and raspberry flavour cookies, so I guess it's flavour. Alright, let's give it a taste, see what it's like. Pretty standard biscuit, but it does have a nice, it does have a peanut butter, peanutty, I guess a peanut butter taste, yeah, peanut taste there. There's a bit of a flavour there. Quite subtle. There's some quite nice chewy bits as well. Not too bad actually, that one. It does taste a bit raspberry-like as well. I think it's quite, only just though, it's very slight. It's more peanutty, but there's definitely some flavours in there. It's actually quite nice, actually. It's quite subtle though, I would say. It's a very subtle peanut flavour. I would say the raspberry's quite, I wouldn't say it's quite missing in action, but it's definitely a bit more subtle than the peanut flavour. So a bit difficult. I did get some chewy bits in, but that's the only sort of semblance of raspberry I got in it, really, just the chewiness to it. Well, hi there, Andrew. Good to see you. Yes, how are you doing today? How's your university work? Galaxy Digest is pretty disappointing. I know, don't taste of Galaxy at all. Just like my mother's put the Cadbury brand on cakes and biscuits. Yeah, just tastes like generic Milka brands. I know. I think it's just, is it Burton's? I think it is who did it. I think they've just basically rebranded their sort of digestives or chocolate digestives if they do them. And just with the Galaxy name, there's no Galaxy chocolate, and it's really disappointing. It really is. If you put a thick layer of chocolate on it, it's actually Galaxy, it'd be really nice. Yeah, exactly. You might as well get a supermarket own brand. They're really quite standard, aren't they? Very disappointing. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, it's a shame, really. It's a shame. Yeah. If it just needs to be, like you say, thicker and just actually taste of Galaxy. But yeah, disappointing. But branding goes a long way, really. But it's similar to those triple treats they did where they had a Galaxy one of those. It's exactly the same as all the others. It was worse than the others because the other ones, like the Bounty one, had a bit of coconut on. I think the Snickers one had some peanuts, but the other one, the Galaxy one, just didn't have anything at all on it. It was just other than what the other ones had. So very disappointing. But yeah, this peanut butter one, I think they're okay. Basically, I think they're all right. They taste have a nice crunch to them. Give a bit of a dunk in a cup of coffee. I'll do the old dunk test. Why not? So you've got a nice warm cup of coffee here. Typically, just as I was eating that then, I saw a bit of a red raspberry piece, so typical. But never seems to be quite rare. I've certainly not seen that many of them in there. Interesting. They're okay, these ones. I think they're quite subtle, basically. They're quite subtle. The nicest chocolate digested, they're own brand ones. They're the only ones which use demerara sugar. Very easy to eat a whole pack very quickly. I'll have to try those then. Yeah, I'm not... Own brand ones are a difficult one with biscuits, there's so many of them, but I'll have to try. Maybe get some M&S again, Maybe on one day. And hi there, Jen, nice haircut. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, tidied up a bit. Yes, got a bit more, got it under control. Oh, thank you so much, Jen. Thank you. How are you doing today as well? Hope you're doing all right. Great to see you again. Just doing some peanut butter and jelly biscuits, cookies, basically. There we go, yes. Not too bad there. So not bad, these ones. I think they have a quite subtle peanut butter taste and a bit of a jam taste to them, jelly taste, US jelly of course. But I think for me, I don't know, it's a bit too subtle for me, but they usually are quite subtle in these sort of biscuit cookie flavours. I think it's okay though. I think it's got a bit of a chew from the sort of the raspberry part, but it doesn't really taste of the jam. I can't really taste any jelly or jam, and the peanut butter's quite subtle, but there's also chocolate chips in them. I don't know, I think it's a 3. I think it's a very high 3 out of 5, I think, basically. It's nearly a 3.5, but I think the chocolate chips are nice, but I think the biscuit's quite standard. You can't really taste the jam part, you do get a bit of a chew, that's about it. Sometimes you can, but it's very subtle, and the peanut butter, or the peanut, taste is quite subtle as well. So they are nice, but just very subtle. Not too bad, I have to save that for later though, really, yes. Okay, right. Let's see. Just organise my. Let's see. Where's my right? I'm just going to. Okay, won't be a second. Won't be a second. Okay, back. Just so I just felt my nose started to run. I do apologise. So I just had to sort of blow my nose a bit. So there we go. Yes, but yeah, I don't know. Just to start to feel like I needed to sneeze just before the review. It's typical, isn't it? So I hope I'm not coming down with something. But anyway, right for the next one. I'm going to try, because I've got 6 of these to go through today, and I'm going to try to be a bit more, well, basically, we could be here for 2 hours if I'm not careful, so I'm going to I'm going to try to be 10 minutes per cookie, basically. I think that's a good idea. So, all right, where's this cloth going to go? I've got a cloth here. Right, there we go. Okay, all right. So next one we'll try the lemon drizzle ones next, shall we? Look at this. Yes. Lemon drizzle chunkies. So these are the sort of chunky lemon, sort of like Maryland style sort of cookies. So they do smaller ones, as I mentioned before. These are the bigger ones. See, 144 grams. Was it how much the other one was? It was 180 grams the other one was, actually. Look, so this one's 180 grams. The older one. This is 144. It says 8 servings per pack. One cookie is 18 grams. One cookie is 23 grams in this one. So they've made them a bit smaller there. Look at that. We'll have to see. Because that one's a bit older, that lemon peanut butter and jelly one. So lemon flavour cookies with white chocolate chunks. 100 grams, 506 calories. 27 grams of fat, 14 of which are saturates. And per serving, one cookie, 91 calories. 4.8 grams of fat, 2.5 of which are saturates. Yes. Maryland cookies, well known in the UK. Yeah, it's basically, you know, they're not really a US brand, to be honest, as far as I know. They're sort of just, it's just using like a US name, basically, to sort of make them sound a bit more, well, like American cookies, basically. So they are kind of a UK brand. They are pretty well known, I'd say, yes. Yeah. These ones look pretty good. I'll say, what did it say? Lemon flavoured cookies with white chocolate chunks. Okay, so I'll give them a bit of an open. But basically, yeah, it's it's making them sound a bit more exotic, I guess, with the US branding and stuff like that. But it's just a UK brand, as far as I know, yeah. Because they need, yeah, basically. I think it said Burton's biscuits, didn't it? Let's just have a. Let's see, I'm sure it did say Burton's biscuits. Yeah, Burton's biscuits. They make jammy dodgers and things like this. I think they even did the the Galaxy digestives I reviewed as well before. So yeah. How long of Maryland? Actually, I think you probably missed the end of the question there, Jen. Yes, let's see. Yeah, okay, there we go. Cookies been made. I think quite some time. I think definitely. I don't think they've been here for ages, but I've definitely remember them being for 10, 15, maybe longer. Yeah. Honestly, yes. Yeah, don't worry, Jen. I mean, yeah, people do it all the time. It's dead easily done. But yeah, so quite some time really. I think is the gist of it. An interesting one. You know, I guess they don't have them in the US though, Jen, do they? I guess. So you can see here. Yeah, let's have a look. There we go. So we've got 8 of them again, but you can see they're just a bit sort of smaller. If I look at compare them to the other ones, you can see they're just smaller. You know. So just not as thick as the other ones. They've definitely shrunk them, haven't they? Interesting that. I'd say the peanut butter jelly ones are a bit older, you know. So we'll see if that continues on with the other ones then. Right, let's give them a bit of a measure. So we've got they look pretty good. I'll show you them in a second. Probably a bit of baked Alaska Ben and Jerry's for some reason. 6.3 centimetres. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? I do this measurement, but then we've just got 2 different sizes, one of which 1 centimetre in height. So you can see the one, if I measured the one's height, I think it'd be a lot. 0. Well, this is the other one before. So it's basically 1 centimetre higher, the other one. But this one at 1.3. So there's about a third difference in height. And obviously it's a bit knobbly and things, but there you go. I guess the width of the one was a centimetre, wasn't it? 6.5. And these ones weren't a centimetre, they were. Yeah, it's about the same in width, it's just the height that's different, it's just the volume of the biscuits a lot less. From these though, nice smell coming from them. I suppose wheat flour is the main ingredient. Let's have a see. Can you, yeah, I didn't do the ingredients for this one, did I yet? Let's have a look. Wheat flour. I'm going to split it just where the ingredients are, unfortunately, which is typical. I should have looked before. I can't see that, Joe, unfortunately. Where's it? Yeah, there you can see it there, wheat flour. Yes, you're right. Is that good or bad, Joe? Is that good or bad? Lemon oil, salt. Can't see any palm oil in there. There could be. Should look before, shouldn't I? Yes, honestly. Did a bit of cursory research on Roberto started making American cookies in 1956. Wow. I didn't know they were that old. I thought they were relatively recent. Yeah, interesting that. Yeah, interesting. That's quite new, isn't it? Here you can see, quite old rather. I thought they were relatively new Maryland cookies. Yeah, interesting that. Okay, there we go. Yes, so you can see that nice chocolate chunks. White chocolate when it's usually goes that golden colour when it's on the flat part. I guess I've seen that before. I thought it was something else when I reviewed them before. White chocolate chunks before and something. It's just white chocolate. Okay, let's give them a taste. Let's see. Very nice lemony smell from them. And a good white chocolate taste actually. Very nice indeed. Yeah, let's give this a bit of a dunk again in my well placed coffee. Let's see. I mean, all biscuits taste. Most biscuits anyway taste nicer when dunked. And these ones, yeah, very good, very nice actually. Do taste to have a nice lemony taste. And the white chocolate really complements it very well actually. The biscuits are quite standard. It's always quite a standard biscuit with these Maryland cookies, isn't it? You know, they're slightly different than the other ones, but it's basically all intents and purposes relatively the same. But it does have a lemon flavour in this one. It does feel a bit lighter. Could just be that it looks it though. But not bad at all. Yes, as far as I know, the wheat in Europe is of better quality. Ah, okay, right, okay. I see. I didn't realise that. Interesting. Well, they taste. Yeah, they do taste quite. I've not. I might have tasted some South American biscuits before, but I don't know. My friend sent me some, but I can't remember for sure. I think they're more chocolatey ones, so it was a bit difficult to discern the actual biscuits. Oh, hi, Alan. Great to see you. Great to see you. How are you doing? It's Happy New Year, Alan, as well. First time I think I've spoke to you this year, so Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well. Yes. I found it on the official website of Berta's Biscuits. I'm assuming that's about as verified as it can be. Yes, you'd think so. You'd hope so. Biocauseable cookies sold in the UK each year, Maryland branded. Well, that's interesting. Is that cookies though? I guess because biscuits and cookies different in the UK. I'd say they were, but I don't know what they classify as a cookie. White chocolate and lemon is a great combination. It certainly is, and it tastes nice. I like this one. It's very good actually. I think the biscuit's nice. Nothing to write home about, but it's flavoured with lemon, so that's not bad. It feels light. It smells nice. And the white chocolate works very well as well. Lots of chunks, but it was in that one did seem to be a bit skewed to one side. But nonetheless, it's pretty good, that one. I actually think that was quite nice actually. Not going to sort of blow your socks off, but I thought it was pretty good. It just was a good combination, like Andrew says. So I think it's a 4 out of 5 for me, that one. I actually quite like that. Not bad at all, that one. Not bad at all. Yes, how's everyone's New Year's resolutions going, by the way? If everyone doing all right? Have you managed to keep away from all the food? I'm not starting my my diet yet. It starts on Monday, basically. Yeah, the 50s is a while ago. Yes, I wonder how much the recipes changed over the years. Have you ever noticed any differences to them over the years past? Well, basically, this one, it seems that they've just literally since about last year they've made them smaller. I imagine they have done. I mean, it's a hard one to say. I didn't start eating them till relatively recently, and they've never really. The smaller ones have always been a bit mundane for me, but these ones are not bad. Remind me of Chips Ahoy. Ah, yes, in America. Yes, I didn't realise Chips Ahoy was a US brand. I thought it was a European one. I see. That's interesting. Yeah, we see it sometimes Chips Ahoy in the UK, but not often. Yeah, especially the quality of the ingredients. Ah, why is that then, Jar? That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't realise that. Interesting. I reckon it probably have changed though. Yeah, I reckon it probably has. Whether for better or worse, I don't know. But you know. Yeah, and happy 2023 to you too, Andrew. Hope you're doing well. OMG, I want to go on my New Year's resolution diet already. Still staying strong now. Well done, Jen. Well done. Well, you just got to get that first week or two out of the way, basically, and then it feels a lot more normal and a lot more routine, and your body's used to it, I think. So just give it that extra week. And you'll be fine, I'm sure. Yeah, as I say, I'm not starting mine yet, so I kind of technically not broke it, but but I'm going to start it soon. Right, so what have we got next? Let's have a see. Let's try this one then. Milk and dark choc chunkies. Look at that. So I didn't have all these to review, as I was going to do them individually really, but you know what, I've just got so much in the stash, I've just got to get them done really. You can see there, this one is a bit later, May 2023. The peanut butter one was a bit old, but it was still tasted perfectly fine. So I think biscuits don't often go out of date really. Well, you know, properly. 144 grams, 8 servings per pack, one cookie is 18 grams. So you can see again, it's definitely lighter than the other ones. Cookies containing milk chocolate chunks and dark chocolate chunks. I won't give you any information on the actual chocolate itself that I can see. Dark chocolate percentage, anything like that. Just all the usual stuff there. Okay, yeah. Chocolate chunks 10%. Dark chocolate chunks 10%. Sustainable palm oil, but again I checked that out. And milk chocolate chunks 10%. So that's quite good. The same for each. That's pretty good. Usually sometimes they skew them more in favour of the milk chocolate. 400 grams, 508 calories. 26.4 grams of fat, 13.7 of which are saturates. And per one cookie, 91 calories, 4.7 grams of fat, 2.5 of which are saturates. So there we go. Yeah. If you diet too much, you'll just be a t-shirt sitting there. I know. Well, I've definitely put some weight on. I need to tone it down again. You know. Yeah. So kind of this week I've just been not worrying about it, but next week, you know. Yes, toast for a breakfast, dinner, and lunch. Yeah, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, dinner, and tea. Yeah. I honestly don't work for M&S in any capacity, but they do really nice chocolate coated cookies in a regular range in the in-store bakery. The best ones I've found so far. Yeah, I need to. There's just so many. Well, the problem with M&S is there's so much stuff in there, and it's all own brand stuff. You know, maybe one day I'll do some kind of a live review of their stuff. Maybe I should. Yeah. All right, a bit of that's it. Some of these are crumbs from the last one. Use the. Okay, there we go. Right, let's see. Move that one a bit closer. There we go. All right. Yeah, M&S do seem to be quite good. I mean, some of the things I've had, I think some of the milk chocolate buttons and things, I don't know, I've not been too impressed with them. They're okay. I think their chocolate's a bit, I'm not too keen on it, I don't know. Not all of the chocolate, but just the sort of buttons and things, I don't know. Yeah, you can see these have definitely shrunk. I mean, look at this, these are tiny. Compare those again, where's the other put them? Yeah, I mean, look at this, compare these ones. This is the peanut butter and jelly one. I mean, I should put it up to the big camera. You see, it's the same, basically the same biscuit, but look how much smaller it is. You know, looks a bit thicker actually, but we know they're actually smaller from the weightage. It says, yeah. Crackers, isn't it? Yeah, look at them. It's just they've just shrunk so much, you know. Interesting that though that they do that, but yeah. Well, even though I do measure even though I do put the weightage and things, you can miss that sort of thing, you know. You can miss it. So here's a cookie again, I'll show you. You can't really see too well the dark chocolate as opposed to the milk chocolate. I guess this one's a bit darker maybe than this one, but it doesn't look to be a massively dark chocolate, does it? You know. Dropped off a bit there. Yeah, you can see the difference in colours there for sure. Yeah. It's dark chocolate and that's milk chocolate there. So that's very interesting. Seems to be the same sort of typical biscuit itself though, doesn't it? You know. We'll give them a bit of a measure then just before I get into tasting them. Not a straight one this one, but 6.4 basically. So they're all around the same width generally. Just tends to be the height. I say that, not really. That one 1.1 in this case. In that one though I measured the it was a bit elongated, so yeah, so that's 6 centimeters. I'll say these ones here, the older ones, 6.5, 6.6, sorry. Yeah, so a lot wider. As you know, with pizzas and things, the wider they are, you know, it does increase the amount a lot. Yeah, interesting. There's the, okay, there we go, yes. The biscuits and cookies are pretty top tier, especially the cookies. Yeah, the biscuits actually, those biscuit selections they do are pretty nice. I know you mean in the fresh stuff, but yeah. I'll do a good cheap copy maybe than cookies actually. Fancy something cheaper. Interesting, yes. I think I've seen those. I'm not sure. Yeah, Aldi. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? By the way, did you see the people Discord of the Aldi ripoff? Biggest Aldi ripoff ever? No, I haven't. Not yet. No, I have to. Oh wow, what is it? Is it? Let's have a quick. If I've got Discord open, I'm not sure if I've got it open, Andrew. Obviously. No, I haven't got it open, Andrew, unfortunately. But yes, I will have a look. Let me know if it's. I'll try if I can open it. Oh yeah, yeah, there we go. All right, well, I'll just give this one a taste and have a look at that after I've done this one. Okay, yes, thanks, Andrew. Which is better. I wonder what they've been up to this time, honestly. But no, I'm not. Yeah, so I've not checked it yet. I was meant to do it before, but I got carried away busy with doing something. All right, let's give this one a taste. Give it a go. Let's see. The biscuit itself seems a lot softer than the other ones. It's a lot more of a normal Maryland cookie, this one. You can definitely tell. It's got a sort of plain biscuit, basically, that's quite normal. It does taste like the typical Maryland cookie, actually, this one. I couldn't really taste much of the dark chocolate or milk chocolate as far as actually detecting what it was. I didn't think, oh yes, that's dark chocolate, that's milk chocolate and things like this. You know, I think it's a bit hard to discern that. You can just tell there's chocolate in there. A bit of a dunk. These ones are very average, these ones. These are sort of the more typical Maryland cookie ones. That's one side. They're very typical, these ones. They're the sort of ones where they just taste like the normal ones you get. They're very plain, typical Maryland cookies. And I think that's kind of what they are. Even the look of the wrapper is that kind of regular coloration of the Maryland cookie, isn't it, really? So, yeah, I think these ones, they've got nice chocolate chunks in them, but you can't really discern it's dark chocolate. It's just got chocolate chips. It's the typical chocolate chip cookie, that one, just in a bigger form. Although it's not massively... It's only a bit bigger than the regular one, to be honest with you, even though it's meant to be the chunky one. As I say, because they made them smaller. So, yeah, I think for me, because it's basically a typical biscuit. The biscuit tastes of it's just I don't know how to describe it, quite a sort of vanilla flavoured biscuit, and by which I mean actually vanilla flavoured. It tastes a bit like that. Maybe it actually has vanilla in it, I don't know, but it just has that kind of taste. So quite standard. And the chocolate chips, they're nice, they're there, but you can't really discern them well enough to think, oh, that's dark chocolate or whatever. Maybe if you really just took one out and ate it. But so I think for me, quite typical. 3 out of 5, those ones, basically. They're okay. They're okay. Yeah, let's have a see. I've got Discord open now. Let's have a look. Let's have a see. I can find it. Okay, if I can find it. Okay, yeah, I see. Let's see, I'll just, right, wait a second. Yeah, the Quality Street one. That is a bit of a rip-off. I'll just go put this on the screen for people to see. It won't be a second. Where is it now? The place I've saved them to, generally. I can't find it. Let's see. I think it's this one. Let's try it out. Let's see if this is it. There it is, yes, so you can see. So this is Aldi's own brand, sort of purple ones, basically, the hazelnut one. The Chocolo ones, look at that. Did you actually have this yourself, Andrew? Yeah, you can see that's pretty blatant, that, isn't it? That is pretty blatant. Yeah, honestly. Just make you wonder how they get away with it, but they do it, don't they? They really do. They really do get away with it. But that's interesting, that, but yeah. I wonder if they taste as good. Have you had them, Andrew? Let me know if you've had them, if they taste as nice. Interesting, that. Yeah. What do people think? I mean, what do you reckon to these Aldi own brand stuff? Do people like them? I really, interesting, that, isn't it? Maybe I should do a little poll if I can. Yeah, I haven't done a poll for ages on here, have I? I still even do them. Start a Q&A, start a poll. Yeah, there's a Q&A thing here. I've not seen that before. Start a poll. But, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think as well for the Aldi own brand stuff. Maybe I should try. I'll try and put the poll on. Let's see. Yeah. So the problem is I've got to get my keyboard from over here. It's quite tied it away. So let's have a look at Aldi knockoffs. Let's have a look. Aldi knockoffs. Let's have a look, and then. Yay or nay, I think is the gist of it. Yay or nay. There we go. All right. I guess if you don't have an Aldi one, just knockoffs in general, basically. But there we go. See who anyone's watching wants to answer. But there we go. Aldi knockoffs, yay or nay. I don't know. Obviously, Joe, I realise you're not in the UK, so you might not know. But obviously, just knockoffs in general. If you know your sort of if you know what I mean, if you go to a shop and there's some like, you know, I don't know, blatant knockoffs of well-known brands. Would you go for it or not? You know what I mean? So there's already a couple of answers. Yeah, so if I can actually view the view, but generally, yeah, 50-50 at the moment. Yes. Some of you watch, you don't participate in the chats and things, by the way, but obviously in the poll, if you do see it, feel free to do it if you want to, but obviously you don't have to. Yeah, if you get to try them, screenshot from a YouTube review of them, but yeah, on the Really Blazer rip-off, can look for them next week. I mean, the thing is, the way I sort of look, I also kind of feel like I don't know which one came first, Roses or Quality Street, but they've both got the same ones in them, haven't they, regarding this hazelnut and caramel. So I always felt like, well, one of them's a rip-off of the other one, but, you know, they're not, you know, I don't know, they look a bit different, and it's not unheard of for chocolate sections to have a hazelnut and caramel. But obviously in this case, they just look, you know, they've literally just copied them, haven't they? Oh dear. So we're doing quite well actually. Got through 3 of them. That's not bad, is it? Been on track as well. So trying to keep it to 10 minutes per biscuit. It's not done too bad. So the other ones, I think the lemon drizzle one was quite interesting. Now we've got this one here, which I assume. Let's have a look. Here we go. It's got this white chocolate on that. So it's just generic milk cookie. So, you know, why would you go for this over the white chocolate? I don't know. Over the lemon drizzle cake one, rather. There we go. So, see, 8 servings per pack, 23 grams. This is a 23-gram cookie again, so a bigger cookie than the others. I don't know if it's older. Cookies containing white chocolate chunks. White chocolate chunks, 23%. It's not bad. So when you consider the other ones, the milk and dark chocolate ones were 10% and 10%, so only 20% chocolate chunks. So this one's got a lot more in them. Yeah, so there we go. So 100 grams, 536 calories, 30 grams of fat, 15 of which are saturates. Then per cookie, 123 calories, 6.8 grams of fat, 3.5 of which are saturates, 180 grams. So it's vegetarian or vegans? Vegans, is it? Vegetarians, I think. Yeah. Yes. Very interesting, that. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, yes, I think I'll do brand stuff. Yes, it's 67% yay for the moment. Yes, so 2/3. Oh, honestly. Interesting, really. Definitely interesting. Keep the votes coming. Yeah, so I think, let's have a look. Let's see. Yeah, so this one, you know, why would you go for this over the lemon drizzle one? I don't know, really, to be honest with you. Maybe there's a bit more, you know, white chocolates chunks in this one. Maybe. Let's say, I can quite see the percentage of chocolate in there. Unfortunately, I ripped it. 19 grams, so definitely less, you know, less chocolate in this one. In 19% rather. So interesting. So we'll see. There's a lot of these Maryland cookies here. I did want to review these individually, but we've just got so many of them. We've got so much in the stash. We're gradually getting out of date, you know. So I've got to got to get them done. So I'll be eating lots of cookies tonight, won't I? So there we go. So you can see these here. Not quite as chunky looking. You see the white chocolate sort of burns a bit more at the bottom as well than the lemon drizzle one. So here's a lemon drizzle. This is lemon drizzle here. So you can see it's a bit lighter than the cookie. It's not being baked as long, does it really? Which is supported by the fact that the white chocolate burns a bit more at the bottom. Interesting. It does have that nice smell as well. You can just see it's a bit of a lighter cookie, the lemon drizzle one. I'm going to just use the typical cookie that they have, the batter or whatever. Interesting. In this case, it's a rip-off cheaper. Well, it should be, Jack. Whether it is, I don't know, but it should be. That's usually the main thing. White chocolate looks delicious. Yes, it certainly does. It certainly does look nice. Although I think the lemon drizzle one looked even nicer. Hi there, David. How are you doing today? Great to see you, David. How's things going for you? Yeah, great to see you. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Quadric came out in 1936 and Rose in 1938. It's very close, isn't it, that? The Celebrations came out in 1997. Yes, I remember those. Cadbury copied them years ago. Heroes. Used to be called Miniature Heroes. Cadbury's Heroes. There's lots of dates flying around today. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? Like, yeah, it does seem like, yeah, Cadbury always 2 years behind by the looks of it there. Interesting, isn't it? Again, you know. But I guess if you see something good. Right, let's have a look then. So let's give these a bit of a go. Well, in fact, let's give them a bit of a measure first. Why not? For good measure. Okay, let's have a see. Again, not really spherical, these ones, or whatever you'd say, circular. 6.5, but I think these are the bigger ones. 28 in that way. 1.26. I think these are a bit older though. The sell-by in this one was a bit sooner than the other one, so it's a bit. I feel like they have definitely shrunk the sizes, Maryland, for sure. Let's give it a bit of a snap then. But yes, lovely white chocolate chunks there. You can see that's in this one here. Big chunk of white chocolate there. Pretty good. I think the biscuit's going to be a standard Maryland biscuit rather than anything adapted like the other one was. Yes. A lot of cookies have desiccated coconut and taste quite coconutty. Foxy's been a good example. I don't mind it, but these have a coconut taste. I haven't seen any, and I didn't see any in the ingredients when I had a quick look in them. I don't think they have, basically, but they could have. But I didn't see any. I wasn't particularly looking for. Oh, there you go. It does have desiccated coconut. Yeah. Interesting that. I didn't notice it in the. Well, then it could have been there, but I didn't notice it in the Galaxy ones. I'm trying to think. There was one I was looking for that's for specifically coconut. What was that in? Yeah, I did a review of basically, what was it? What was that I did a review of? Coconut macaroon flavour something it was. Oh yes, hobnobs, that was it. And they had no coconut in those. So you think they would have had desiccated coconut in those actually. That was the coconut macaroon hobnobs. But they had no coconut in them at all. So it's unusual that really. Why they haven't done it? Yeah, I guess that's a bit of sweetness. Yes, the cuppies now, they're usually always cheaper so people go for their own brands. Yes, is it? We've got now it's, yeah, look at that. 80% yay for the Aldi knockoffs. Yeah, 20% nay. It's -19 outside, David. That's very, very cold. Hope you're doing all right. Keeping warm, hopefully. Yes, coconut biscuits. Yeah, so well, coconut flavour. Yes, I've not published it yet, but coconut macaroon flavoured hobnobs. Yeah, so they should be up soon. Milk chocolate hobnobs. Wanted to go for a walk earlier and check my phone. Yes, I'll see what for the live or for the weather or for both. Well, I think definitely watch out for that cold weather. That's for sure. That's quite cold, that to say the least. All right, let's give a bit of a go. Look at that, very chunky this one. It's nice chunkiness. But I think it's just going to taste maybe a bit of the plain biscuit really. But let's give it a go. Let's see. Very chunky actually, very nice as you imagine. I mean, you have got Maryland chunky, so, well, not in this case actually, but some of them are. It's not bad. I feel like the fact is though that they're quite good at flavouring the biscuit. I think unfortunately the lemon drizzle one was so nice, but these ones sort of taste quite plain in comparison. And it's a real shame actually, yeah, because the lemon drizzle one, the sort of flavouring of the cookie was it's pretty spot on actually. I think they did a really nice job of that, and it tasted, you know, quite subtle but really nice. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5, didn't I? Yeah, I think that's probably about right. But this one, not bad though, you know. It's just the cookie is quite prominent. The flavour of the biscuit is quite prominent, and I think it's quite. What's the word? I don't know. It's like the other one, really. It's just quite normal, you know, and it tastes quite similar to the other ones. It's just the chocolate chunks in this case are white chocolate, obviously, but they're not massively different, if you know what I mean. It's a shame. So I feel like the cookie has, you know, a standard taste, basically. So, I don't know. The other one's a 3 out of 5. This one, nice chunk to it, though. It's definitely chunkier than the other one. The other one seemed to have, what did it? Yeah, I think it was a bit small, wasn't it? So I think for me, probably, it's quite interesting. I quite like the sort of freshness of it being white chocolate, but again, I feel like the other one, sort of the lemon flavour and the lemon drizzle one, seem to just bring out the white chocolate even more, really. I feel like it's a bit lost in that sort of typical Maryland biscuit taste, unfortunately. Whether that is anything to do with the desiccated coconut I just mentioned, I don't know, but it's okay. Obviously, if you really love white chocolate, you might give this half a mark more, but I think for me it's still a standard 3 out of 5, really. It's just alright. There's just nothing really too extravagant there, you know. Give a bit of a dunk, but obviously all biscuits taste nice when dunked. Let's see. It's nice, it's okay, but it's a bit, but again, it's just a bit, the biscuit's a bit too normal. And And it's a bit more exaggerated in this one, I'd say. I don't know why. Just felt it was a bit. But it's okay. What's Aldi? It's a supermarket brand. Yeah, it's a German one actually, David. Yeah, it's German Aldi, I think. But they are in quite a few European countries, you know. Well, Northern European anyway. Right, okay, yes. So right, let's see. So I've got this. So I've got a couple of interesting ones. So I got this, let's try this one then, shall we? This looks to be really good. Triple choc, look at that, triple choc. This one's a bit of an old one as well. I thought the other one wasn't, but this one's a bit of an old one. June 2022. Must have got them at the same time as the peanut butter ones. The other ones were fine, but these two have been a bit old, I think. But they'll be fine. So let's see, what does it say? I didn't realise I've done this long, actually. Chocolate flavoured cookies with milk chocolate, dark chocolate and white chocolate chips. Right, let's have a look. Dark chocolate chips, 11%. Milk chocolate chips, 11%. And white chocolate chips, 10%. So a bit fewer white chocolate chips in theory. Let's have a look. Anything else of interest in there? I don't know. I can't see the desiccated coconut this time. I wonder if they didn't include it in this one for whatever reason. That's interesting. Unless I'm missing it, but yeah. So palm oil as well, sustainable apparently. And then yeah, so there we go. And then per 100 grams, it's 180 gram pack. Again, 23 grams of biscuits, so the bigger ones. 525 calories per 100 grams. 20 grams of fat, 50 of which are saturates. And per cookie, 121 calories, 6.5 grams of fat, 3.4 of which are saturates. So there we go. So there's a lot of copies. Yeah, basically, they sort of, yeah, that's right. Basically, they seem to do lots of copies of other existing brands, really. And one of which was like, here's a good example that Andrew showed before. So this is like Quality Street. The one on the right is the authentic one. The purple one, and they've just called it the hazelnut one in their own brand ones. So yes, it's basically, yeah, they just do lots of copies, so they're cheaper generally, maybe just as good. So that was the question really. Yeah, what do people think? So it's an 80-20 so far, I think. Yeah, so interesting. That interesting. A lot of people prefer the Aldi knockoffs, that's for sure. Well, let's give these a bit of an open then. I say a couple of them were a bit old, but the biscuits don't generally go out of date. So I wasn't too worried about this one. Obviously, I do try to review things in date if I can, but that's why I kind of wanted to get through to these because I've had them for so long. I'm just getting more and more of them. So here we go. Look at that. So it's actually what's the actual description? Let's say chocolate flavour cookies if it focuses in, which I don't think it will. Okay, there we go. You can make it out though. Chocolate flavour cookies with milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate chips. So it's quite a good way to actually change the chocolate flavouring in this one. That's quite nice. Nice looking cookie. Does look pretty good actually. You can see the different amounts of chocolate chips in there. Quite a lot of chocolate chips. 30% in this one apparently. So look pretty good these ones. I'm a bit more infused about these, I think you'd say. It's always good to have other varieties. Yes, they definitely do quite a lot of these. Although whether they're all available at the same time, I've kind of bought them at different times. So they're just accumulated basically in the backlog. So I've got to get them, reviewed basically. So 6.1 in width there. In this one, when you do it the other side, 6.7. So definitely the bigger cookie. Very chunky as well. At 1.8 in height. In places, move it higher actually. 1.2. It was 1.18. It's got a nice chocolatey smell, hasn't it? This as well. Well, you won't be able to tell, but it has. A nice chocolatey smell as well. Usually knockoffs sell well here, do they? Yeah, see, well, they're so much cheaper as well. That's the thing. I mean, it's definitely more of a thing nowadays here than it used to be, I think. Especially with places like Aldi and Lidl, they tend to do quite a lot of them. I'm quite excited for this one. I think it looks pretty. Look at that nice chunky. These chunks here looks pretty good, doesn't it? That. Those chunks, yeah, very nice and chunky. You can clearly see the different chocolate types as well. The dark chocolate, that's a little bit sticking down. The milk chocolate next to it, and the white chocolate. There's a lot of chunks there. Not massively dark though, is it? You can see it's dark, not a really ridiculously dark chocolate, but nonetheless, let's give it a go. Well, because it's that dark chocolate, because that chocolate cookie, it's a lot softer. Oh, it's really nice, this one, actually. It's a really nice cookie. The other ones, other than the lemon drizzle one, were quite typical. This one's really nice, actually. It's so nice and soft. I normally feel like the chocolate biscuits, chocolate cookie biscuits, and chocolate cakes and things, they tend to not taste that interesting. They tend to be quite plain and not have the sort of vanilla flavour that other cookies have. Well, this one's really nice. I'm just seeing if there's anything of interest in there, but fat reduced cocoa powder. I don't know. It's really nice. This one's really nice. It's got such lovely chunks in there as well. It really has lovely chunks. It's just, yeah, it's just full of chocolatey goodness, this one. It's really apparent that there's more chunks in it than the rest of them. And the biscuit, as I say, is lovely and soft. It's a really nice cookie, actually. I'm surprised as well. I wasn't expecting it to be so nice. I was expecting it to be quite standard like the other ones, and perhaps even worse, just because it's a chocolate cookie. But it really stands out the different. I mean, I can't really taste massively the different types of chocolate. To be honest with you, I really can't. I've got a bit of a one of the chips here that's come out. You know, obviously individually like that, I could taste that as a dark chocolate one. But it's hard to taste them specifically in the cookie itself. But it's just a really nice cookie, actually. For once, I'm quite surprised. I really wasn't expecting Maryland to have nailed a cookie, really. You know, the actual biscuit itself. I thought they're all usually quite standard, but yeah, I really quite like this, actually. So quite soft as well. Yeah, it's lovely. Let's see, just give it a bit of a dunk. This my coffee. No. The softness really emphasises the chocolate as well. Yeah, I think it's really nice, this one. Is it a 5 out of 5? I'm not sure, you know, but it's close. Yeah. It's really close, you know. I think this one could be a 5, you know, but I think I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5, keep my feet on the ground. But it's really, really nice, that one. Very Moorish. I could keep eating that, actually. It's definitely a massive improvement on the more sort of normal ones. That's really nice, actually. Wow, I mean, I'm assuming it's still around. That one was very nice. The triple chocolate one. I quite like that it's got the the cube symbol above it as well. Almost a 5, that one, you know. Very nice. Lovely chocolate. Really nice, that one. That's really, really nice. It's just surprising because usually, as I say, usually Maryland, the biscuit itself is a bit mundane. Other than the jammy dodgy ones that they did, which are really nice, actually. The sort of the more regular size ones, which I did do a review separately. That was very nice, yeah. Very nice indeed. Wow. Could almost be a 5 out of 5, that one, you know. Very close. Really nice. Really indulgent. Just, I say, unfortunately, maybe it'd be a bit high if you could really taste the dark chocolate or the chocolates are a bit more distinct. But I say, the fact that there's lots of chips in them, really nice. Yes, they did look above the others. Yeah, they look really. It just had, yeah. I like the way also. I mean, even though it was 1% less white chocolate than the other two, I think it's acceptable that it wasn't ridiculously, you know, a lot less. You know what I mean? Like some of them, when you've seen some things where they have white and dark chocolate or something, and it's always 5% white chocolate and 10% milk or whatever chocolate. You know, yeah, really nice that actually. Wow, it did really stand out. Yeah, I think it's just got the indulgent factor, but I think it's the fact that I say the biscuit itself was nice. Normally, I'm saying chocolate biscuits and things, they sometimes miss the, you know, Mr. Goalpost, Mr. Open Goal. I don't know what the expression is, but they sometimes basically shoot themselves in the foot. How about that? And don't get the actual normal part right. Well, that they did then. Very impressed. Very impressed. Yeah, right. So I guess, well, possibly the best till last. I mean, look at this. White choc brownie chunkies. Look at this. Yes, Maryland cookies. Yeah, so look quite similar to the one, but a lot more indulgent, I think you'd say. White choc brownie chunkies. Look at that. Look very nice, these ones. What size are they? 18 grams. So they have made them smaller. These are later ones, so they've definitely shrunk them. When you think it's 23 grams, so 5 grams, it's almost like it's a fifth smaller, basically, I think. 5, 10, 15, 20. Almost, anyway. You know, let's just say, no, yeah, 20, well, I don't know how much percent that is, I'm not sure, but it's basically 5 grams off 23, so, you know, it's a lot anyway. Chocolate flavors cookies containing milk chocolate chunks and white chocolate chunks. So it's similar to the other one, really, I think. So it just doesn't have the dark chocolate one, so will it be as nice? There we go, we'll see. So 100 grams, 493 calories, 25.6 grams of fat, 13.2 of which are saturates. And then per one cookie, 89 calories, 4.6 grams of fat, 2.4 of which are saturates. 144 grams. So again, that seems a lot lower than the 144 grams. So this was 180. You can see there. And the lemon drizzle one, what was that? That was 144 as well. You know, so they've definitely shrunk them, haven't they? The white chocolate ones, 180 grams. So yeah, see, you're getting like 30, what was that, 36? Is that 36? Yeah, 36 grams less in the pack. So quite a lot, 3, 6, 9, 12. Maybe about 6 less, basically, roughly, something like that. 180, yeah, so you can see 180 in the triple choc ones. So they've definitely shrunk them, you know. So there you are. A bit rubbish that, isn't it? A bit rubbish. Okay, let's have a look at these ones then. So I think these ones, again, maybe they've replaced the other ones, I don't know, you know. I guess it's quite good that they keep mixing and matching them and stuff like that. Let's have a look. Every one's gone. Down there. As you can see, these ones look a bit more normal, actually. They don't even look... They actually look almost like the regular Maryland cookies, almost. I'll compare them in a minute, but you can see here. So this is the white and milk chocolate one. Just have a look at the brownie, it says. So it's got brownie in it. Whether there's anything brownie about it, I don't know. What does it say in the ingredients there? So chocolate chunks, dried whole milk, milk chocolate chunks 10%, white chocolate chunks 10%. It says, yeah. So you know it's basically 10% small, fewer chocolate chunks in this one. Again, pretty much. Yes. What's the best way to keep these biscuits fresh from now? They say to put them in an airtight container, basically. So you have biscuit tins and stuff like that in the UK that you can get, basically. Or, you know, it can be anything really, like sandwich boxes and things with a a sealable lid and stuff like that. Yeah, so anything like that really. I think on the my camera here is on something I use for biscuits. My actual camera, the other camera's on that. Basically, that's the egg I got. Hotel Chocolat. Eggs in. Oop, it's falling off a bit now. Shouldn't have moved it, should I? There we go. Yeah, there we are. Back a bit better. There we go. So yeah, so an airtight container, basically, jar thing is just a bit. Do you have? I mean, biscuits kind of like a regular thing in the, in Brazil. I mean, I presume they probably would be, but whether you have exactly the same things, I don't know, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. So that's 6.25 there, but it's not perfectly round here. 5.7. Alright, so yeah, I know the height. Height's quite tall. We'll compare them to the other ones in a minute. 0.25. Okay, so we'll grab the other ones actually from down here. Yours seems a bit darker. Just because I've had them longer, I'm not sure. But you can see the difference here. I mean, look. You know, the size difference. This one's got a bit more domed, but it's just because not as flat as the one. So they definitely, as I made them smaller, haven't they? It's cheeky really, but they do it all the time. You know. There we go. So yeah. All right, let's give these one a taste. Then I don't think they'll be as good as the other ones, but we can. But you know, we'll find out. I mean, by definition, it won't be. But unless they've got some kind of brownie taste, they do look to be a bit soft in the middle. Whether they really are, I don't know. Yes, let's have a look. Okay. Look to have a bit of a softer middle, don't you, really? What's the difference between cookies and biscuits? Well, cookies basically, Jen, are a type of biscuit. So it's the typical, you have the cookie emoji, which is that sort of circular biscuit with chocolate chips in. That's basically a cookie. So it's a type of biscuit in the UK. So these are basically, you know, this is a typical cookie, basically. That sort of thing. A round biscuit with chocolate chips. Yeah, so that's what you call a cookie. So if it's not that sort of thing, or like these are sort of round, so it's generally round biscuits, but there's sort of like these kind of ones where they're domed, let's say filled with chocolate chips, you know, if they're just, I mean, I guess if they were these kind of biscuits with no chocolate chips, and I guess it still probably could be labelled as cookies, but you generally say cookies, chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. There you go. Yeah. Actually, they're not that common here. You'll probably find more homemade brands than big ones, I guess. Okay, interesting. Yeah, but just biscuits generally. It's interesting that. Yes. Hi, Egg. How are you doing? Good to see you, Egg. How's the gaming going? Hope you're doing all right. I thought they were the same. Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, in the US, cookies, there's biscuits in the US are, I think, what we call scones in the UK, or scones, remember where you come from. And cookies in the UK are basically a type of biscuit. So, for instance, here's some, well, I don't think these are biscuits actually. There you go. Shortcake biscuits coated in smooth milk chocolate. I got these to review. I'm not reviewing these today. We see it's a shortcake biscuit. So it doesn't say shortcake cookie because it's not got what we would call a cookie centre. So if this was like, if the middle of it was something like this and it was coated in chocolate, it would then say it was a cookie. But it might describe it as a biscuit still, you know, because technically a cookie is a type of biscuit which isn't covered in chocolate. It's just this, but it depends on what it was doing. You know, it might still label it as a biscuit. It depends on the brand, I think, and how they're trying to market it. Is the gist of it. Yeah. Lots of unit left until the last minute. That's what I always did. Yes. Yeah. So I'm stressed. I see. I've learnt my lesson for next time. I never learnt mine. It was always the night before. Yeah, but hopefully you'll do better than than I did at learning lessons. But yeah, I know. Well, fingers crossed you get it all done. I'm sure now you need to do it. You'll do it. You know, you'll be up all night or whatever, but you'll get it done if need be. But fingers crossed you don't need to do that. No, best of luck, Egg. Hopefully you'll get it done. Yeah, hopefully you've got tomorrow for it as well, presumably, at least, if it's due on Monday. But yeah, fingers crossed. What's the, well, what is it you're studying? Hopefully not rocket science, something like that, which sounds, I'm sure it's all difficult, though. You know. Interesting, I have to learn about it. Yeah, it's just one of those nuances in the language, I think, really, you know. Yeah, basically. Right. Oh, got until 11:59 p.m. on Monday. Okay, so you've got, right, okay. So you've got at least a couple more days. Fingers crossed then, Egg. Well, I'm sure you'll get it done. Now you need to do it. I'm sure you will. Computer science, yeah, that's what I did as well. Hoping to move into cybersecurity next year, see? Right, interesting, yeah, interesting. No, good luck with it. Yeah, good luck with it, Egg. Fingers crossed. Does sound, yeah, well, as I say, was kind of what I did at uni, but I don't think cybersecurity was really a thing when I was at uni because it just wasn't. Yeah, I guess it was technically, but it certainly wasn't big enough a thing to have courses on it and stuff like that. Shame really, but there we go. Yeah, so an interesting one. Right, let's give this chopped brownie one a go. Let's see what it's like. Let's have a see. It's definitely not as nice a biscuit as the other one. I think it's because there's not as much chocolate chunks, but it tastes drier. Certainly not as interesting, more plain. If it's meant to be like a brownie, biscuit as well makes me, it's very sort of, it's not moist at all. I mean, this one's not moist, but it tastes more moist than the other one. That was the previous one. It's a lot lighter a cookie, the other one. The chocolate chunk's far more present as well. Very disappointing that, actually. Yes, just finished the 5,000 word report. I have to do a presentation, goodness me. The data spreadsheet thing, which I have no idea how to do, goodness me, right. That does sound quite involved. Well, hopefully there's some solution online for you to do it. Data spreadsheet thing. Goodness me. Well, good luck, Egg. I'm sure you'll get it done. I'm sure someone online will have done it or have some tutorial on it. So, yeah, hopefully you'll be there. I'm sure you'll do it. But at least you've done the 5,000 word report part. Yeah, so at least that bit's done. That's something. I'm sure once you find a YouTube video or whatever that tells you how to do it, you'll be fine, I'm sure. But yeah, let me know how you get on. But yes, so hopefully better than these biscuits because they're a bit, or the cookies, because they're very dry, these ones, very disappointing. This one's got quite a lot of white chocolate in, but just very, they're just really, there's too much biscuit in this case, too much cookie for milk chocolate chip, and the biscuit itself is just quite dry, it's noticeably dry. Maybe it's more so because of the fact that there's not as many chocolate chips in it, but even so. It's just, this is the kind of chocolate biscuit I was expecting the other one to taste like. They're really sort of not very interesting. It looks nice because it's chocolate biscuit, but in reality isn't that interesting. And it's actually worse than the normal biscuit because it's not got really any flavour other than the cocoa powder, which doesn't really have much of a flavour when it comes to biscuits. And even cakes sometimes, the sponges and things. It's okay, but it's just got a dry taste. But yeah, definitely disappointing, this one. Especially compared to the other one. I mean, the other one was fantastic. I mean, this one, I don't really even think... I mean, it's called chocolate brownie as well. You know, white chocolate brownie. I mean, there's nothing brownie about it. I mean, there really isn't. It's not even moist or... You know, it's not even soft. It's just dry. It's really gone down. It's smaller than the other one as well. Also, it doesn't contain the dark chocolate like the other one did. And it's got milk chocolate in as well, milk chocolate chunks. There's just as many of those as white chocolate ones. So it's a bit rubbish that it's labelled as white chocolate as well, and it's just got as much milk chocolate in it. So I'm very disappointed with this one. I think, yeah, very disappointing. I don't know how far to get. I mean, is it really that much worse though than the other ones that I gave a 3 out of 5? Is it a 2.5 out of 5? I feel like it probably is based on the fact it should be a brownie and it's just not as chocolatey or gooey or whatever as it should be. I mean, it should have something in it to make it brownie-like. And I always say brownie is a difficult flavour to get right. And this is a perfect example of where they've just not managed it, really. Yeah, but they never really tried. They just call something brownie because it's got chocolate in or whatever, or looks like a brownie. But there's no, brownies got like that sort of like crispy, crunchy, or whatever you'd say, crackly top and a gooey middle and different textures and things. This one, I don't know, it should at least have the same amount of chocolate chips percentage-wise than the other ones, and it's really obvious that it doesn't, and it's just really poor, yeah, compared to the other one. It's not a terrible biscuit though by any means. Better than just a regular digestive, assuming that you don't like things that plain like digestives whatever. I think Jen was saying once that her favourite biscuits, I think, were digestives, so I think it was digestives anyway. But so it's possible that you do like plain biscuits, and that's fair enough. But I say, if you expect things like chocolate chips in them and things like that, obviously it does, in theory, bring them up above those. But yeah, I think the fact that it's not a brownie-like at all, it's evidently dry. The biscuit itself's just not that nice. It's a typical, I say, chocolate cookie that doesn't taste that good, and it's just so much more inferior to these ones that they did. I mean, this one's a bit lighter actually. I don't know if that's an age thing or something, but it's just so much nicer, so much softer, so much more lovely. Just a nicer biscuit all round. So I think for me these ones, yeah, I'm going to say a 2.5 out of 5. They're just disappointing. And really nothing brownie-like about them at all. Yeah, brownie is a texture as much as taste, exactly. Yes, you're right. Tesco do a pretty good choc brownie that's cut into 6 little brownies under their own brand, and it's one of the few which had the brownie taste and texture. Interesting, is that a biscuit or actual brownie then? But yeah, it's interesting. It is a difficult one to get right, I must admit, but I think it does help when you, well, I don't know if they're baked in store, but if they're sort of those, technically baked in store ones or fresh in store or whatever they do, I think they can sort of almost get it there, because they're obviously not something that's pre-packed and put in a packet for sale for 6 months or whatever it is. But even so, I would expect there to be some more of an effort made to make something a brownie sort of flavour or texture or whatever, because there's just nothing brownie-like about this. It's as brownie as any of the others that we've reviewed today, really, other than maybe the lemon drizzle one. It's just really nothing about it that's brownie-like at all. So, and they often do that, really. Very disappointing, yeah. Very disappointing. But as Andrew says, it is as much a texture as a taste, It's just a brownie, but it's cut into 6 pieces. Not in the in-store bakery range, just regular own brand range, which is pretty good. Okay, it's got the brownie texture. Yes, you put a link on Discord later. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks very much. Yeah, I'll look into those. Yeah, he says sometimes they can... Well, that's really good if they've managed to achieve it on a non-fresh product or what have you. Or at least to an extent, anyway. But I feel like, I don't feel like it's impossible to do it. I feel like they just don't try sometimes. They just label things as brownie just to give it that name, which is really disappointing. Yeah, so there we go. So overall, it does some quite good Maryland biscuits here. Not too bad. I think the best one, the peanut butter... Put the wrong one away. Let's press that one there. There we go. Yeah, I think the peanut butter and jelly ones were okay. They had a sort of subtle peanut taste, but they had a bit of a chew for the raspberry, but they weren't you know, it was just a bit too subtle. There was just a bit nothing too much there, but they were all right. I think the you know, let's see, that was this one here, peanut butter and jelly ones. So they're okay, those ones. You know, we've seen the fact that they've shrunk the biscuits over time as well, the cookies, which is pretty poor. You know, they've gone from 180 grams to 100, what was it, 44 was it or something? Yeah, 180 grams. Yeah, so 144 nowadays by the looks of it. But they used to be 180 grams, and the biscuits themselves are just smaller, you know, but same size packaging and things, you know what I mean? So it's not like they're saving on the packaging. Yeah, so the lemon drizzle ones were really nice. I really enjoyed those. White chocolate brownies, as I say, were disappointing. The triple shot ones were very nice. Those were probably the best ones of the day, but very closely behind were the lemon drizzle ones. But they were very nice. Those really surprisingly nice, actually. And what was the other ones we had? There was a couple of us, wasn't there? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, yes. And these ones were so middle of the road. Milk and dark chocolate. It's weird actually how they had the sort of white chocolate ones and then milk and dark chocolate. But they were kind of the more normal ones, and he had that sort of normal Maryland cookie taste, which I can't really describe to you overly well if you've not had it before. But you know, just a sort of not a plain. Well, it's a plain biscuit, but it has something in it to give it some kind of taste. But it's still a bit rubbish, really. You know, as by which I mean a bit mundane. Not rubbish, but mundane. You know. So those were quite average biscuits. It's not bad though. Good to dunk and things. It's not, you know, better than having nothing. But I don't know. Struggle to recommend them really. You know, unless you for some reason just really that flavour or biscuit really gets on well with you. But yeah, so all in all, a mixed bag for the most part. But generally, a mixed bag that, you know, sort of tilted towards good actually. You know, I think average or above. There's only one that was a bit below average, and that was the I say below average. I think digestive is a 2 out of 5 for me. So, but I would, you know, so, but even so, I would say I'd still regard a 3 out of 5 as a kind of average score really, and I still think it does reflect not too great if something's below that. But as I say, a digestive has its place, and some people really like them, you know. But I think for the fact that there's so many more biscuits with like a chocolate coated digestive, for instance, just to name one of many, that I would say is a better biscuit, you know. And there's loads more, so I would never really give any biscuit below a 3 if I labelled a digestive a 3 out of 5. So that's why it's a 2. But yeah, I think they're generally pretty good, but most of them have that sort of, were just basically just a normal biscuit with a few chocolate chips that didn't really taste that great in the biscuit, and there wasn't enough chocolate chips to make them stand out. But the lemon drizzle one and a triple chocolate one were really good. But the brownie one, even though it sounded great, and had it was called white chocolate brownie, had milk chocolate in as well, was actually quite disappointing. The biscuit was pretty poor, and the amount of chocolate chips in there was poor as well, and the size was smaller than the triple chocolate one, which I think would be the case if they did the triple chocolate ones now, because I think they've all just been reduced, as I say, from 180 grams to 144 for the pack of the same number of biscuits. So, But there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, so that's 6 Marylands there. Not bad. What was the results of the poll? Yes, it was 78% for a yay for the Aldi knockoffs and 22% nay. So, yeah, 9 votes in total. So, yeah, not too bad, that one. Not too bad. So that's pretty good, that, isn't it? So I think only a couple of people, I think, not sure, was said nay to it. Yeah, maybe one, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, so very much in favour of the knockoffs there. And I don't say I blame you, really, because it's generally, I don't know if they always taste as good, but they're not far behind and they're a lot cheaper. And I must say, some of Aldi's stuff, particularly their Easter eggs last year, were very good, and for a fraction of the price of what equivalent Easter eggs would cost. Yes. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go, end the poll there as well. Officially end the poll. Yes, a nice variety today, starting 2023 very well. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. Thank you. It's great to see you as well, Joe, by the way. I'm glad you're doing great. I'm glad everyone else is doing well as well. And great to see you, Andrew and Jen, of course. And David. Oh, and Egg as well. Best of luck, Egg, as I say, for your project. I hope it goes okay. Hopefully get that spreadsheet thing sorted out. I don't envy you by any means, but get it all done. It'll be worth it, you know. Great to chat with the regulars again. Yeah, it's good to see you all. Really, it's good to see everyone again. Please give a like if you haven't done so already. I think a few of you already have done, so thank you so much. But it's great to see you all, and Happy New Year again to everyone. I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with things and getting the lives done and stuff. I'm basically, after this week is when I hope to be back on track with stuff. I've kind of been having a relatively last hurrah as far as relaxes are concerned this week. So I'm hopefully next week I'm going to try and be a bit more consistent, try and get more on Discord and Instagram and other things as well, you know, just trying to. But again, New Year's resolutions, isn't it? Will I be able to keep to them? But I feel like I do quite a lot with the channel. I'd like to always do more. It's difficult, really. Just it's hard to you always want to do more, but you've got to try and keep it under control, not get too carried away and burn yourself out. So I'm conscious of that as well. But as I say, look back, things like this. I've got the top 50 chocolates. I think it's top 20 or top 50 chocolates of 2022 to do as well. So that'll be coming up soon, and hopefully I'll get back on track with look back, as I always say every 5 minutes. But there we go. All right, guys. Thanks so much. It's been great to chat to you all. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, thanks, Jen. And thanks, Egg, of course, as well. And anyone else is watching. Alan popped in a bit earlier on before also, and David as well. Thank you so much. Great to see you all, really is. And thanks for those who participate in the poll as well. Now, thank you. Have a peaceful evening. You too, Joe. Have a great one. And Happy New Year again, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next time. It's about a 6-second delay, by the way, so I'm not ignoring you. It might just be that I've already gone by the time your comment comes through, so I do apologise. But take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye for now. Have a great weekend. Bye.